Hi love, welcome back to my channel. So today's reading is a January 2021 summary of shadow, light and guidance for the water signs. So before we jump in, I just want to reintroduce myself. My name's Leonie and this is Psychic. So these are the decks that we're going to be using for our January 2021 summary for the water signs. So we're going to be using these to represent our shadow aspect, these for the light, and these for guidance. Okay, so these are representing our shadow aspect, and I'm just going to give them a little shuffle. So when we say shadow aspect, basically this can be anything that is challenging for us this month, or also something that is a little bit uncomfortable to look at, an uncomfortable truth, or just generally stuff we don't really want to look at or acknowledge. So what do the water signs need to know, please, in January as a challenge? What is a challenge? I'm going to go with this one. Oh, what's this? Gilded regret. Oh my goodness. Right, let's put that there. It's an intense image, isn't it? Beautiful. I love those cards. I love all of these cards. I say this every single time, but I do. Right, so these are going to represent our light aspect. And what I mean by that is basically something that's going to be helpful, or something that is good to aim towards, or an influence that is for our positive. So let's have a look. Right, so what is our light aspect for January, please? Empathic starseed. Oh, so we already know that you water signs are very empathic anyway, very emotional in a good way. So so that's going to be really awesome. Right, let's have a look now for general guidance. So this could be like the theme of the month, or anything extra that we need to pay attention to, or anything else that we need to know. It's going to be this one. The wheel. Beautiful. So we'll put that there. Lovely stuff. Okay. Right, let's get into it. So as a challenge this month, so this says gilded regret, and as you can see, it looks as if this crown is kind of growing out of the person's head, which obviously would be quite painful. Thank you. So my guide is saying about okay, I'll just be really blunt. My guide is saying about not wearing your regrets as like a medal or like decoration. So rather than kind of saying, oh, I didn't do this last year, oh, I didn't get round to that, or I should have done this, I should have done that, all of the things that you might be regretting or feeling regretful about, be careful not to kind of lament them too much and sort of wear them as like a badge, badge of honor or something. In terms of it, you don't want it to start becoming your identity. We don't want to put ourselves into victim mentality, into victim mindset. Now, what I mean by that is, it's not going to serve you any favors. It's not going to serve you very well. It's not going to do you any favors if you are constantly kind of going over all the things that you should have done, could have done, would have done had XYZ not happened. When we have regrets, we are very much kind of living in the past, and our vital energy is not focused in the present, which is not good for us. Ideally, we want to be living in the present. We want our vital energy to be focused in the here and now. So when we allow our regret to kind of solidify to the point that it then becomes gilded, and we then kind of wear it as this like crown of thorns, crown of glory almost, we can sometimes end up making ourselves appear like a bit of a martyr. And it can be quite painful, because I wouldn't want that, basically. Just to show you a little bit closer. So with regret, if you do find yourself kind of regretting anything that has happened, over the past year, or even regrets comparing last January to this January, just be really gentle with yourself and basically let some of it go in whatever way you are able to release. So if that for you is like writing a letter to yourself last year and then burning it, or sharing your concerns with somebody that you love and trust, however it is that you want to release those emotions, those regrets, talking it through with somebody can work wonders. But the challenge really is to not hold on to those regrets, not hold on to that old way of thinking. So I'm going to come to our light influence next, which is this beautiful card. And this one says empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So as I said, water signs tend to be quite empathic anyway. That's not to say that the other signs aren't, but water signs especially seem to have a special gift for empathy. And this is basically saying to claim your power and to basically own it. So, you are empathic, you do understand emotions, you're able to navigate emotions with ease. Own it, absolutely own it. Energetic sovereignty, knowing that you are bossing it, basically. Where it says as well, absorbing what's not yours, that is such an incredibly noble thing to do if it's done correctly. And when I say done correctly, I mean not at a detriment to yourself. So when we happen to absorb the emotions of others, or the energies of others on occasion, sometimes it can make us feel depleted, or it can make us feel down, or really heavy, or super empty, super drained, lots of different forms that can take. But what we really want to be doing is then transmuting that energy, rather than holding on to it and just keeping it as ourselves and kind of claiming it. We allow it to come into us and then move through us, out and away, either down, out through the earth, or up and out through our crown into the universe, where it can be transmuted into love and into helpful energy. But this would certainly point a very gentle nudge towards healing. So if pursuing learning how to be a healer is something that you have been toying with the idea, or thinking about it, considering it, I would say that this is very definitely a nudge in that direction to begin your healing journey. If you haven't done so already, you probably have. That is basically what I feel is going to be our light aspect, this kind of moving towards healing, and also this mirror aspect as well. Mirroring get my words out, mirroring others' feelings back to them in a healing and supportive way, okay, so that they can begin to heal and to transmute for themselves, rather than it all falling to you to kind of absorb it all. And last but not least, I'm going to come to our guidance card, which is the Wheel. And so this is one of our major cards in the tarot, and the major cards tend to be associated with life themes, or things that one way or another they're pretty much going to come about. So the Wheel, so traditionally it'll be the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot deck, but in this in this deck, and the Light Seers Tarot, it's just called the Wheel, and it is this figure here who is kind of balanced in this really beautiful, I think it's tree pose in yoga, balanced atop these kind of spinning plates that don't look particularly steady, but this figure is managing to keep perfect balance. We can see the balance of energies there, the light energy and the dark energy, and we can see that everything's perfectly aligned. So what this is saying is, this month, rather than allowing yourself to be spun out by other people's feelings, other people's influences, where possible, try to maintain your own sense of centeredness, your own sense of balance, connecting in strongly down through your central channel, connecting securely with the earth as much as possible. As we have definitely found out in 2020, things are subject to change at a moment's notice. So as much as possible, ground yourself down through your center, and also standing tall, connecting up. We've got the stars as well around here, connecting up to the universe to gain some clarity. We also want to be balancing our energies in with our energies out. And I would also say, rather than allowing yourself to be spun round and around, you become the center of the wheel. You become that central point and let everything else move effortlessly around you. And in that way, I feel like it'd be much easier for you to stay in flow. So hopefully that has been helpful for you. It's just a brief overview for January. So I hope you have a really beautiful month, whatever you are doing. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Lots of love. Bye for now.